Unstoppable.
Welcome back to NFL This Week. That is Jason Bell. I am O.C. Umenyor. And Jay Bell, as much as we like to say the NFL never disappoints, much like my beloved Manchester United, some of these teams decided not to show up this week. Average margin of victory, 20-plus points. What in the world happened, Jason?
O.C., some of these teams and players are still on the bus. They never got off.
There's a 52-yard try here by the rookie out of Florida, Evan McPherson. Right down the middle, 3-zip the Bengals. Tucker for a 45-yard field goal. He's made 10 consecutive, make it 11. Tying the game at 3. And 2 tight ends. Tate on the move. Blocked by Williams, long pass downfield, and there he goes, Uzama. Dancing down there with Levine and Humphrey, and he breaks the tackle and takes it in for the touchdown. Second and goal, here comes Freeman. Lead block in there, thrown by Andrews, and a 1-yard touchdown drive. Here's a 30-yard field goal to take a lead for a third time today. McPherson with the wind and gets it from 30. Williams, the back. It's 1st and 10 going away with the block at the left tackle, going deep. Oh, he's got Brown! What a catch! Touchdown! Wow! And they go to a wide open Uzama who breaks a tackle in the flat, and they can't get him. Elliott had a hand on him, 32-yard. 3rd down and 2. Lot of noise. Good blocking on the screws. Chase found the. Oh, there he goes! He had him in a blender and he's off to the races. This will be 6. What a play! 82 yards. Mixon right there, sample the block. They also got a Hopkins block, and there goes Mixon, darting in for 6. 21-yard touchdown run. Line is in, gets the call, 2nd and 12. Look at him burst, he's gone! You can kiss him goodbye. Big day for Jamar Chase, but a bigger day for the Cincinnati Bengals, who came into Baltimore facing the hottest team in the league with 5 consecutive wins in the AFC, number 1. And they beat them on the road in the division to go to 5-2.
Okay, Jay Bell, the Cincinnati Bengals went to the Baltimore Ravens and stuck their claws in him, Jay Bell. I did not see this game playing out like that. What in the world happened up there in Baltimore, Jay Bell?
O.C., in the NFL, everyone is chasing the throne. And the Bengals, they are king of the North.
Oh, wow. Jon Snow. They're Jon Snow now, Jay Bell.
Slaying dragons just like they slayed that Baltimore defense, O.C. And I'm going to tell you what happened. At the beginning of the game, Joe Burrow and company, they tried to attack the weakness of the Baltimore Ravens. That was their corner, Everett. They went at him. But it didn't really work out well, so they went to what they do well.
What's that, Jay Bell?
Explosive plays to Jamar Chase. He had over 200 yards on 8 receptions, and one of them, he ran an 82-yard pass, and he clocked over 20 miles an hour. This is what they do well. In the 2nd and 3rd quarter, they went and they did what works. Throw the ball to your guy and make big plays. In the NFL now, if you want to be good on offense, if you want to score points, it's too hard to sustain drives. You have to make big plays. That's what they did well. That's what they do well, and that's why they slayed that dragon.
Yeah, all that sounds good, man. But the whole time you were talking, I was smelling something, man. And you know what I was smelling, Jason Bell? I was smelling the Cincinnati Bengals. They do not pass O.C. Umenyor a smell test, Jason Bell.
On, bro.
Yes, you're correct. They are an explosive offense. Yes, you're correct. They are an explosive team. But the one thing I do know about the NFL, and here's why I do disagree with you, is you cannot live and die by the explosive play. If you live by the explosive play, you will be slayed by the explosive play. And the Cincinnati Bengals have to be able to sustain drives, Jason. They cannot do that under any circumstances. Their third down efficiency on offense, not good. They're not able to run the ball effectively, Jason. Defensively, they have improved. Defensively,
19 sacks, OC.
Yes, they do have 19 sacks, but when I look at those 19 sacks, Jason Bell, these guys are making high-effort sacks. They're not coming off the edge with tremendous skill. They're not coming off the edge with tremendous efficiency. All they're doing is they're doing their little rushes here, and they continue to rush, and because their cornerbacks are playing pretty well, they're getting to the quarterback. They're not getting consistent pressure on the quarterback, Jason Bell. This team is a good football team. They are a much improved football team, but this team is going absolutely nowhere. Maybe my judgment is being clouded by the Cincinnati Bengals of old because they've been so terrible, Jason Bell, and I just can't see them succeeding. But when I look at this team, they cannot sustain drives, and they are going to die by that explosive play, J. Bell. What do you have to say about that?
I got to say, Bengals fans are going to be very upset with you, OC.
Chicago Bears, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Before Sunday, Tom Brady hadn't lost to a starting rookie quarterback since 2014, and he still hasn't. Justin Fields and the Bears beaten handily by the Bucs.
It's not safe when you got a defense like that. That is a long rowboat, OC. Where do you buy one of those?
Definitely not here. Brady became the first man to 600 regular season TDs, passing to Mike Evans. The problem was, Evans is going to give the ball to the fan.
He gonna get a fan with his jersey in there, and you know what? He had to give that ball back.
What's that, Jason? What did he do to give that ball back?
He gave him a $1,000 gift certificate and a hug, maybe.
I believe you just make things up as we go along.
Don't he look like he just got a hug, OC?
Now, J. Bell, when you talk about a previous year's Super Bowl winner, there's always talk about how the hunter is now becoming the hunted. But oddly enough, for some odd reason, and we're guilty of this here on this show, when you talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by the greatest quarterback of all time, they are somehow flying under the radar. What is going on in Tampa? 6-1 football team, nobody's talking about them, J. Bell. What is happening over there?
OC, you ever seen this?
What's that?
They blocked out the noise. And that's what you have to do. You've won Super Bowls before. You get all carried away with the hoopla, all the joy. Tom Brady said, we're not doing that. We're focused on doing our job. The man just threw for 600 touchdowns last week. But it's about the team. It's about the process. It's about getting back to the top of the mountain. And to do that, you have to be focused on day in, day out, taking care of your business. Tom Brady is a leader who is putting them in that direction.
So basically, he has brought the attitude and the examples from the New England Patriots to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because you look at this team over now, everybody's quiet, man. Nobody's saying anything. This is a team with very, very big personalities. Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette. These are people who are used to voicing their opinions. These are people who you hear about all the time. But all of a sudden, they're all quiet, man. And they are down there building a fantastic football team, and nobody is saying anything about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I just simply cannot understand it, Jason.
First and goal for Tennessee, direct snap. Henry, he's gonna pass it, touchdown! Michael Pruitt! 3rd down and 7. Tannehill lofts it up, end zone, caught! A.J. Brown, touchdown, Tennessee. Trying to add to the Tennessee lead. Bullock does. 3rd and goal for the Titans. Firkser in motion. Fake the pitch. Tannehill on the move. Tannehill takes it in. Touchdown, Titans. 51-yard attempt. It would be the long on the season for Randy Bullock. His career long is 57 from 51 yards away. That is dead solid, perfect. 42-yard field goal, Butker. Oh, and he gets it through. 3rd and 11. Mahomes, deep drop, steps up. Mahomes engulfed. Danico Autry. Kansas City is staring at a 4th and 18. Shotgun for Mahomes. Protection initially. Mahomes brought down. And the ball came out. David Long on the recovery. And Mahomes slow to get up. Oh, boy.
And you can see the concern evident from this Kansas City team. Watch as he tries to escape, but Danny forces him up. There's the low tackle to try and get him down. And right there, you see the thigh? into the face mask of Patrick Mahomes, and there was Simmons knocking the ball free.
And the Tennessee Titans are riding high. Lopsided performance against the Chiefs. 27-3, the final.
Kansas City Chiefs, J. Bell, they're in a whole heap of trouble. That's how your grandma used to say, you're in a heap of trouble.
You knew you were in trouble then.
Big trouble. And the Kansas City Chiefs are teetering on the brink of disaster, Jason. But we don't want to talk about them. We want to talk about this team, the Tennessee Titans, and your main man, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, let me just break this down. The MVP is the most valuable player.
Okay.
But I call him a different MVP, the most valuable person on that team.
And you think he's the most valuable player?
We need to put him in the conversation. It's all about what you provide to your team. Nothing works without him. Every week he's consistent. He's balling.
I need to understand this correctly, Jason. You think Derrick Henry is the MVP of the league, right?
I think he should be considered one of the top two.
Okay.
Absolutely. But in this league, we only consider the MVP to be the quarterback on a winning team. But we need to really look at who's important, who is the cornerstone of their franchise. It's him. It's everything he does. The defense plays well because he sustains drives. And you know what happens in your defense? When you're sustaining drives like that, you're resting, you're chilling, so you're explosive.
Why are you going back and forth?
Because I feel like Derrick Henry, and I just want to run you over, but I can't. So I'm going to stay on this side, OC.
Okay.
But he right now is my MVP. Every week, you know what they're going to do. They're going to try to stop him, and he brings the pain. This week, 102 yards total, 82 after contact. 82 yards after contact. He's that guy. We need to really start talking about him as the MVP frontrunner. They have just taken out two of the best teams in the AFC, supposedly.
Okay, Jason, I'll tell you this now. And this is no disrespect to Derrick Henry because I love Derrick Henry as a football player. Matter of fact, I love Derrick Henry as a person. But what you're saying right now is absolutely ridiculous. There is no way in heck, you know I didn't say the other way. There's no way in heck you can say.
Your grandma would have came.
Yeah, she would have came and she would have said, oh, so you are in a whole heap of trouble. There is no way this is the MVP of the league. And I'm going to tell you why. He plays a position that is just not that valued in the NFL anymore. And this is why I say that, Jason Bell. You look at all the quarterbacks. If you remove them from that football team, they are in no way in contention for anything. If you remove Derrick Henry from the Tennessee Titans, I believe they are still a pretty good football team.
No chance.
I believe they are still.
He is everything to them.
I believe they are still a pretty good football team. Now, when you look at the other MVP candidates, if you remove Kyler Murray for the Arizona Cardinals, who are that football team? We don't even know who they are. Are they even in the NFL? If Kyler Murray isn't on there, we don't know. So there is no possible way you can say he is the MVP right now. He plays the running back position, the quarterback position, in my opinion, the hardest, most difficult position to play in sports. It is right that they are always considered to be the MVP frontrunners because without them, that team does not go anywhere, J. Bell. The Atlanta Falcons, Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino there, telling Tua, don't you forget about me. Right. Was on fire for the Falcons in Miami. This pass to Russell Gage helped build a decent lead, J. Bell.
Matty Ice is still dropping dimes. He is having a good year.
Dolphins fought back. Tua is going to...
You know what day it is. You know what day it is.
I'm done.
But you know what isn't safe?
Oh, no.
Being that kid, he caught the elbow to the face. You better give that kid the ball.
He gave him the people's elbow. Tua is going to feed Mac Hollins as Miami is then going to take the lead, Jason.
Once again, Tua's been effective down there by the red zone, but that tuck by Dan Marino is not effective. He needs to get his tuck right.
His stomach is effective, man. That's how you know you're eating good. You got to have a little stomach if you're eating good. Miami's going to lose again on the last kick. Young Wei Koo doing the honors. Dolphins now lost 6 games in a row. Miami Dolphins, J. Bell, fall to 1-6. Imagine that. There's a lot of talk, a lot of noise about the Miami Dolphins making a trade and trying to bring in a replacement for this young man, Tua Tagovailoa, who I don't think is playing all that bad. What do you think about that, man? How is he going to block? I mean, he's trying to block out the noise right here. But what is this man supposed to do, and what do you think about that whole situation, Jason?
See, this isn't about Tua's play on the field right now. Because if they were winning, it would be fine. This is all about comparisons, OC.
Okay.
We know in the NFL, we make someone and we anoint them as great by who they compare to.
Okay.
And when the draft happened, they wanted Joe Burrow, couldn't get him. They had their choice, Tua Justin Herbert.
That's unfair, Jason Bell. I mean, come on. Tua Tagovailoa was a winning quarterback at the University of Alabama. Herbert was an unknown player. I mean, who would have made that decision to draft Herbert over Tua if they knew what they knew back then?
Well, this is the problem. They had the choice. And with Herbert playing the way he's playing now, everybody's looking at Tua thinking he's not the guy. It's all about comparisons. This is what we do. I'll bring you back. I'll reverse the car real quick, OC.
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky. Mitchie T. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
All that pressure he got and why he got shipped off from the Bears was we could have had Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And this is the situation that Tua finds himself in. Nobody is happy because the guy they could have had might have turned that record around. And this is the real pressure of the NFL. How you are compared to your peers, especially when you're a top draft pick.
Yeah, I mean, you make some fantastic points here, and I can't even argue against those points. But what I will say is this, and this is the thing that annoys me about coaches, coaching staffs, organizations in the NFL, is because this is what they always do, Jason. Whenever that heat starts to get on them, whenever they start to feel like a little fire on their neck, they start to deflect, Jason Bell. They start to point the finger elsewhere. Oh, let's bring in Deshaun Watson. Let's bring in another guy. The quarterback is the problem. No, Jason Bell, the quarterback isn't your problem. The quarterback is actually playing decently. I'm going to tell you what your problem is. Brian Flores, as much as we love you, your defense is in shambles. Your defense is not playing well at all. You guys are 1-6 because you can't stop anybody. And instead of trying to address that, instead of trying to address your defensive coordination, instead of trying to address your defensive players who are so highly paid, what do? You start pointing the finger at other people. Oh, let's bring in a quarterback. He was never supposed to be the guy who was going to throw for 400 yards. He was never supposed to be the guy who was supposed to bring you back. He was supposed to be the guy who was the game manager. He was supposed to be the guy who was supposed to keep you in games, not what he's doing right now. This is all on Brian Flores. This is all on the Miami Dolphins defense. They need to address that problem, Jason Bell.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9.
Lots of pressure at the bottom of your screen here.
Here it comes. They're bringing the heat. They set it up for Swift, and Swift with a blocker in front. Looking for the sticks. He's got more than a first down. And DeAndre Swift down the middle of the field. Blockers in front. He's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. We've seen an onside kick. We've seen a fake punt. Actually going to kick this one. And they're going to take the 3 points. Matt Gay, 33-yard field goal right down the middle. 47-yard try for Austin Seibert as long this year is 52. Good snap and hold. Good kick by Austin Seibert. Lions extend the lead to 10. Stafford to the end zone. Jump ball. It is caught. Van Jefferson with the touchdown. And a quick toss to Kupp, and Cooper Kupp backs his way in for the touchdown, and the Rams lead. That's good for Austin Seibert. Seibert for the lead for the Lions, and Detroit ahead. Stafford with Henderson behind him. Kupp in motion. Looking for Kupp. Cooper Kupp's got it. Diving into the end zone. Woods gets the flip. Blocker in front is Henderson. He'll high step it in for 2. 2nd and 10. Goff hit as he throws for the end zone. Intercepted. Jalen Ramsey with the pick at the goal line. Ramsey out of bounds. Shy of the 25. 47-yard try. Kick is on the way. And that kick is good. And the Rams are now 6-1. It wasn't easy. But at the end of the day, the win belongs to Matthew Stafford.
Now, if you remember, the head coach for the Detroit Lions, Dan Campbell, his first press conference, he was like, hey, we're gonna bite off some kneecaps, Jason. I mean, this team came out swinging, Jason.
They came out swinging, and it was purely unconventional. You know, you like to box.
I do.
You sparred. You've messed around, right?
A little something.
When somebody comes in throwing haymakers from all angles, you just got to cover up and weather the storm. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened in this game. I thought it was going to be a blowout. I thought the Rams were going to totally annihilate this team. But what this showed is exactly why you brought Dan Campbell in and Aaron Glenn, my former teammate, as your defensive coordinator.
Tough guys.
Your
They're
head
tough guys.
Tough guys, right? Because guess what they did? They went in that locker room and they said, Listen, everybody, the quarterback that was here, he's over at the Rams. He thought you weren't good enough.
Thought you were garbage.
He thought you were nothing. And Jared Goff, our new quarterback, they didn't want you.
They thought you were garbage.
So what did they do? They responded. They made it a dogfight. I love that. I love that response. I appreciate that. But what really showed at the end is talent.
Yeah.
Because on third downs, when it was money time, who came through?
Matthew Stafford balling.
Balling to Cooper Kupp, making big plays.
Is Cooper Kupp the best receiver in football?
He looks like it right now.
Right.
His stats say it. And guess why? And guess why we're even talking about that? He's got that new quarterback. He's got somebody delivering him the ball in crunch time. And on defense, Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey come up with a big play at the end.
Donald with the pressure, Jalen Ramsey with the interception.
Who threw the interception?
Yep. Jared
Goff, what he always does.
Yeah.
So as tough as they came out, as unconventional, as strong-willed as they were, it came down to talent. And that's why the Rams traded the house to get that man.
So Jared Goff is garbage, basically.
I didn't say he was garbage.
2nd and 10. Every play has been a run to Alex Collins so far. Set up for the play action. Geno takes a shot down the sideline. DK Metcalf is in the game, and he's down the sideline. Winston fumbled the snap. Now picks it up and throws for Kamara. And he's going to get there from 33 on the way. Here's Geno. Will heave one. And it's knocked away. Demario Davis stepped in front of DK Metcalf, and that's kind of how the night has gone for the Seahawks and the Saints, and that'll do it.
What a week in the NFL. Fantastic.
Man, the NFL never disappoints.
Well, maybe sometimes. I tell you one thing, though. After our conversation about Cincinnati, there's going to be a lot of noise coming my way. And guess what I'm going to be like, J. Bell? Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.